So this week we're in Tokyo. Yeah, I'm back in my second home in Tokyo. So we're out of the forest. We usually film by the fire. And we will have the 5D, 5-dimensional updates in section 2. And now we're gonna go directly into this week for your sign, filmed in Tokyo during Mercury retrograde. A lot of challenges communication-wise, a lot of love for us all if we dare to open up. Welcome to the show. Welcome to your sign. Hi there, Pisces, and welcome to your modern shaman, Maria and RainbowLand, here with the weekly astrological, intuitive and tarot forecast for the week that starts at the 26th of November and ends at the 3rd of December 2018. So, this week we are in Tokyo here for the last time in this room. We lived here since August 2017. And now we're going to move. So this is like my last week here in a traditional Japanese house. I'm going to show you more while we do the reading. So this week we are having Mars and Neptune in your sign, giving you self-esteem and thrust and the energy and excitement to move forward at the same time as your planet is at home. So yeah, these are nice things, but Mars is gonna square up to Jupiter and the Sun in conjunction in your 10th house, where it's more about your worldly activities and what you do in the world at large. And we know that this aspect is a very good aspect because it's a promising aspect of luck and optimism, but we have Mercury in retrograde here at the same time. So in astrology, often when we have the positive, sorry, this is report number 24, but I'm still on. The good thing about being the last sign is that I really know the chart of the week as we get to this point. So it's okay, it's good. So this combination with Mercury in retrograde as well is like you want to move forward, you have all these positive great ideas, and maybe you will be engaging in some kind of like job interview where you will have luck, or you will change something within your job situation, or you'll have some kind of presentation at your job, some application you're gonna do or something like that, where you really will have a lot of luck and wanting to move forward, start new things up, and also with your life in general. With Mars in your first house, you want to start all over, first house, first steps towards something new. But then with the Mercury retrograde in this area of your career and professional life and ambitions, you have something wanting to move forward and something going backwards. So you're also looking over the past somehow, looking at things, and maybe you need to revise some things in your life that needs to change somehow. And maybe you have your own business you will have some good ideas for. It could also be. Let's look at the room instead of me just a second. And you'll definitely succeed if you don't push it too hard. You also have to know that. Don't try too hard. Everything is about being self-confident and natural in your approach. And if you want to make any promises to people, you got to make sure that you can keep these promises. You have to be able to deliver the promises that you make. And Jupiter can help you manifest, can help you with this, of course, but what you want, but it can also be like handling things in a little bit over-optimistic way. That is Jupiter, right? He is like, yeah, we can do anything here in this area, but you have to make sure, again, as I said, to be able to follow through with anything you say. Look at this here. You can put in your, and I'm sorry for the light. It's weird, but you can put your feet into the ground here and sit and drink your tea, ocha, Japanese tea. Is the idea, and then you have this funny little dollhouse up here, the weird chicken, and there you can place these figurines that the Japanese people just love. Things made of paper, and I must say that I've come to love them a lot as well. I love these. This is a typical shisen, the Japanese nature, very beautiful. And my amethyst. Oh, our, of course we share things. So, well, anyways, don't be too over optimistic. With Mercury retro, maybe there's also a potential frustration over that things aren't going at the pace that you want, at the tempo you want. So yeah, just be patient as well. It's not gonna go as fast as you wish. For 1 minute you might be feeling like really optimistic about things, like yeah, everything will be just perfect, etc. And the next minute you start worrying about if things will happen or not. So with Uranus and Venus in opposition, there can be like this impulsive tendency of how you spend your money. And you just have to remember that this is not a good idea, just to impulsively spend your money. With this aspect, you have to take care. I mean, if you really have a lot of money and you don't care, do it by all means. But I'm warning you guys, if you don't have enough money to be impulsive with them this week, you might feel tempted. And if it's something that you really need, of course, I think, and I advise you to do it. But I just want to give you this caution. And also, let's draw the cards of the week. Also, I just want to say that we have, just a second, there's a card missing here. Astrology card of the week. With Mars in your first house and Saturn in your 11th, that's a really good aspect at the end of the week. Maybe there's a person in your life that has always been super stable, like you always were there for you when you really needed this person, and you could really count upon this person. This week is a good week to ask for support here if you need it, because maybe it will just come naturally. Often when it is in the chart, it does. Just lean on that person. Card of the week, astrology card of the week for the Pisces is this card. Ooh, North Node, life's purpose, which is in your 5th house of romance, creativity, and projects, children, having children, a baby, or maybe just a creative project with your own business. Let's see what the other card has to say. Tarot card of the week for the Pisces. Let's see what it says. Tarot card of the week for the Pisces. And the North Node is going to stay there for one year and 4 months longer, basic more or less, and it's going to put such a great luck to your romantic life, or your creativity, or you just following your heart. You know, it's just a nice place, and you just use your intuition. Card of the week. I think there were 2 cards of the week. Oops, for the Pisces. There's a chance of a new start for you guys in your romantic life. Because it's funny, we get this heart broken, which is also a broken heart in the 5th house. Could it be? It could be. But the North Node is like Jupiter. He's bringing luck. So maybe you had your heart broken, and now is the time to clear and clean this out. Because if you had your heart broken and you didn't clean it out, this energy could potentially attract a similar situation again. So it's a good idea to get it healed, get it cleaned. Use meditation, ask the universe how to help you clean and clear it, and imagine that it leaves you. That's how we can manifest strongly, with a mindset that is firm, and then you can start manifesting a new life with purity once you come out. Here it's this is someone, is actually also Aquarius, but this is someone who's been purified, and who's able to move forward with a pure heart, a pure mind, a pure mindset in general, non-alcoholic, non-smoked up with joints or things like that, but clean and pure, able to start over and manifest creative projects coming directly from your heart and following your heart. Don't follow trends, follow your heart. It's the motto of this girl from RainbowLand in Tokyo. Don't follow trends, follow your heart. Thanks for watching. See you in section 2 of this week. Pisces. welcome to section 2, 5D updates for you. So as I said before, Mars is in Pisces now, since the 15th of November. That is the 12th house collectively. And as we're talking about the 5D, and this is a program where we will every week go into how to upgrade and update your 5D, then prayer is something very important here. And for 5D, the 12th house is essential. So Mars being our actions, our motivation, getting things done with self-esteem, wanting to push forward, energy, then yes, of course, we need to talk about Mars and Pisces in regards to the 5D upgrade. With Mars and Pisces, we are less motivated to go after the 3D goals. We are more motivated to pursue the spiritual or more emotional drives during this cycle. And it's gonna go on until we reach January, where Mars is returning to Aries. So we could always try to take advantage of wherever a planet goes, and whenever a planet enters a certain field, there's certain doors that just opens that much easier. That's why I make these reports, for you to be notified about what you can take advantage of now. Our energy during a phase like this is more variable rather than straightforward, and also up and down. We dislike confrontation during this period, which is good, because Mars often gets into a battlefield. So we often put other people's needs ahead of our own during this cycle. So that is our more idealistic side that comes to the forefront. But prayer has also got to do with the 12th house. And why is it important to pray? And what is prayer? Well, a prayer keeps us connected with our higher selves, that knows which way we are meant to go, and thereby detaches us from our egos, the source of our desires being our egos and wishes, that are often disconnected with conscious and fully open contact with source, creator, master, God, whatever you want to call it. We're reminded of what we came here to this planet Earth, this beautiful planet, to develop towards on the path. Well, if we surrender ourselves 100% completely, as we close our eyes and quiet our minds and say a prayer, you might have a fixed prayer, or you will have a prayer that is a prayer of your heart, coming from your heart. Maybe it's a prayer for someone else that you love to be in a better state or to get well. A prayer is always that much stronger when it comes from the true space of an open mind and open heart. Because if it stems from the ego, you will probably attract something that your ego needs and not your higher self, and that won't ever get you going any further forward. So of course, before finding out what you want to pray to, I mean, within different traditions, there are different prayers already handed to us if we need help. But it's a good idea to get to know that you're in contact with that side of yourself that you really want to move forward with, so that your prayer also get aligned with that. Let's say you choose to pray for that you can be less selfish and more selfless. It can also be that you pray for that you are less reactive and more responsive from the heart. It can also be that you want to go from restlessness into peacefulness, from darkness into light, or from heaviness to lightness. These would be the kind of prayers that would come from your higher self. These are the kind of prayers that our higher selves often wish for, because the higher self knows that if we make prayers like this, it's the same as getting fully into alignment with our higher selves. Because our higher selves are light, are peaceful, are selfless. That is the essence. What we are outside of our 3D bodies, our ego, our mind. I'm not saying that we should not use the mind. I'm just saying that there should be a balance, a natural balance. It is not natural for a tool to be in charge, and the mind is a tool we can use when we need it. We made it as us, as something that we identify with. But it is not. We can close the door and open it only when we need this tool. There are places where it's easier for us to connect with our higher selves. For instance, where I usually do the reports, the weekly reports, is in the nature, or where I have been doing it for the last months, since I went away from Tokyo last time. So much easier, because in nature we are in harmony with ourselves, because it's natural there. Our heart beats naturally, our breath gets into natural alignment with all there is. Sometimes in the bigger cities, when we're around people who are also affected by the inevitable noise and vibrations coming from all sides, disturbing our natural harmony, well, the ego takes over so much more easy. This week, for the first week in a long time, I'm filming from Tokyo, but also here I can see the beauty. Even though we have modern buildings, you can see the aesthetics and the beauty and how they're shaped, and the lights in the night. Find what is mysterious here. Find what calls for the heart. Find what makes you sing. Find the nameless in the city full of names and signs. You can give yourself the time to let time fly. Release yourself from the 3D linear time and go into synchronistic time. As I said last week, that time where you wait for the signs, you don't make your ego react and take the choices, make the calls, unless you really have to, because we still live in a 3D world. But whenever you're able to, listen to the signs instead of your mind. Listen to your heart. Listen to your higher self. Be quiet. Quiet your mind, so that you can hear your heartbeat. If you want to jump off the train and come to another level, time is now to find the stillness. Believe that you dare let go of your ego and listen to the needs of your higher self. Do you dare to become a servant for something bigger than the ego? Something that a part of you already know the road towards. Do you know what your call is? What is your call? Mercury retrograde is here to bring chaos and confusion to your winter holidays, they say. But not just that. It's also here to make you reconsider how you can communicate on another level with wisdom instead of the old patterns of communication. benefits will come that exceeds the goals of finding peace once you dare to listen to your higher self. I swear to you, that journey is so much more beautiful than any journey your mind can imagine. Maybe you want you want to get out of a stressful life and into a peaceful life. Maybe you want mental clarity. Maybe you want to find this inner peace. But I tell you, if you allow yourself to find the right tools to get into your higher self, there's a prize that you will get far, far bigger than anything you can feed your ego with, something that will last. I found my way through following the signs of synchronicity for 20 years. I used meditation, I used yoga, I used kindness above it all. I fell many times, fell through, but I got up again and I continued to follow my dreams in my heart and inspire people towards kindness, towards their calling, towards the life that is natural for us to live in harmony and balance, in love and kindness, where joy lifts us up and cleans us, where we take responsibility in our relationships and live conscious relationships. But the choice is yours. You can make the difference around you, all around you, but you have to make the choice. The choice is yours. Every day, every time you speak to someone, every time you do anything, you can choose to be aware. You can choose to be in a meditative state or a 5D state where you feel that your body is just, what do we say? We call hylster in Danish. What is it called in English? Just a shell. The soul is so much greater, wider, bigger, and wiser. Write me privately if you want me to find a meditational teacher for free, a free one somewhere near you, no matter where you live, if you want to try to use this tool that I have. There are many tools. As long as you follow your heart, then you know you're on the right path. Thank you. Arigatou gozaimasu, as we say in Japan. Don't follow trends, follow your heart. Hugs. Neptune retrograde is also this month, or this week actually, that it goes forward again after 5 months. November 25th, it turned forward, to move forward. And Neptune rules over spiritual evolution, over personal transformations and dreams. When it goes retrograde, it takes away delusions and makes room for realities in these areas. Neptune retrograde will have pushed you into doing things and getting real, rather than just spending your time thinking and dreaming about your future in the areas it has been touching in your life personally. Neptune retrograde clash with the effects of Mercury retrograde because they are in square, and also for the qualities of these two. During Mercury retrograde, we're encouraged to take things slow, think everything through, and reflect, revise, reconsider. Uranus, who we also have in retrograde, is all about change, so different from Neptune retrograde. Neptune retrograde gives us the energy to get things done. It's been a good idea to still take things slow during the last 5 months, to not don't do or say anything big without giving it a lot of consideration. But the Mercury retrograde can mess with our ability to have serious conversations, to truly understand what people are trying to say to us. 3 times a year it goes retro, changing speed in its orbit around the sun, making it look like it moves backwards. This change affects us all here on Earth. Communication, movement, and technology issues. Any general feeling of confusion gets to come up. On November the 16th, Mercury went retrograde for the last time this year. So this will have an effect on all of us. And it's not bad at all. I mean, it's not only bad. Because, of course, I'm standing here in an airport and everything is delayed, and I'm in another plane because the other plane didn't come, and so many things. But at the same time, I have been solving so many communication issues. Mercury retrograde is about taking things slow. That's why delays come, and thinking and reflecting upon the past. So this period isn't the best time to make a life-changing decision or to start something new, although you might be feeling certain changes due to the Venus now forward and Mars out of his cycle. But seen from the Mercury aspect, it's a good time to go over things, question your motives, and look into your soul. Speak with your higher self to see what you want to continue doing. Mercury retrograde gives us the opportunity to improve how we communicate our messages, our whole essence, and our energy vibrations to others. Reflecting and figuring out how to proceed with your life is a great way to end a year, a cycle, even though this year, or the new year, as we call it, isn't an astrological new year, because this is in Mars, where the cycle, the astrological year cycle ends with Pisces, starts with Aries in the second part of March, or the latter part of March. But it's a really good starting point in getting a fresh start as we enter January, where Aries will also get back into his sign and start over new. Of course, Mercury retrograde will affect some more than others. Learning to walk again. Many signs have felt these times as learning to walk again, taking things slowly. I have heard 3 of my personal clients tell me these words during the last couple of weeks. I am learning to walk again. Not only learning to communicate all over, but to walk our talk. And physically, for me, with my knee operations, to walk again in a new way. Venus is in Libra, is moving forward. And until the 18th, she's still in her cycle. But she's finding balance. We are finding balance in our relationships. How is this going on for you? Now in December, we are going to have her in the sign of Scorpio once again. Interesting. Because this is another energy. She's at home here in Libra. But on the 2nd of December, she moves back into Scorpio to go very deep on a level where we will transform. Thank you.
No sigas las tendencias, sino tu corazón.